Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at the Gatling Plasma, which is a weapon that I have very mixed feelings about. On the one hand, it does really good damage. The green projectiles, I think they look really cool and sound really cool. I like the look of the weapon, and it has a fantastic ammo capacity. On the other hand, it is a spin-up weapon, which means when you pull the trigger, there's a slight delay before it will start firing. It also means that when you get staggered, which happens way too much in this game, you'll stop firing and you'll have to go through the spin-up process all over again. Another downside is that the plasma cores cannot be stored in the ammo box, which is a bit of a bummer. The version I have is not a perfect roll, but it is really good. It is anti-armor with faster fire rate, +1 agility, doesn't really do anything, so it's a solid 2 stars. I do have it modified with a prime receiver because that does give me about 15% more damage. I have various ranks of the heavy gunner perks, rank 3, 2, and 1. Yep, rank 3, 2, and 1. We have tenderizer for extra damage, stabilize, which gives us an extra 45% armor penetration. And I have one gun army, which gives me a chance to stagger and cripple my enemies. Probably the most difficult thing about this type of weapon, any kind of weapon that uses a core, for ammo, is that if you reload too soon, you end up with, and there we go, I had 6 rounds and I have to reload. You do have to wait for it to spin down, but it's pretty quick. If you reload too soon, you end up with a bunch of partially charged plasma cores in your inventory, and for me, that is a real issue because I do like to reload when I'm finished with combat, not necessarily when it is empty. So yeah, every time I get staggered, I'm not empty there, but I get, okay, rubber banding too. Every time I get staggered, you have to go through the spin-up process all over again. But you can see the fire rate is, I mean, this set does have faster fire rate, so, and I went down. I usually wear Union power armor, and so I'm used to basically being immune to poison, and that is not the case with this kind of Frank. Oh, she healed. Wow, she was almost down. She healed up, so yeah. The poison got to me. You can see it's pretty severe. Probably should have used a different power armor set for this video, but we are where we are. It's too late to turn back now, and she's dead. I find that for big enemies, like a boss fight or something, this works really well. I think for smaller enemies, or should say smaller, normal enemies like this, I mean, it obviously works really well, but I find it a bit cumbersome just because I have to go through the charge up every single time if I'm going from single enemy to single enemy. But I have found that plasma cores actually do drop, not very often, but every once in a while I will get a plasma core drop from an enemy, so, which is kind of surprising. I was not aware that was a thing that could happen. I thought plasma cores, you were kind of on your own in terms of crafting, but you can see I make quick work of most things. Let's see, what is the range on this? Let's test the range. Range is good, accuracy is basically up to me. Accuracy is pretty good. I do have the reflex sight on this. I don't know if it actually helps at all. I'm not quite clear since I'm not using it in VATS. But yeah, this is actually pretty good for kind of pinpoint accuracy. That is one of the things about robots, though. If you do wear power armor and you have electric absorption, like I do, robots pretty much, it's kind of a mix. Some use ballistics, some use energy, but the mix usually results in you heal more than you take damage, and your fusion cores are always charged up. But yeah, this thing does really nice work. It's just a matter of, it's that spin up. It really does, it does get to me after a while. Let's see how we do against something like a fog crawler. Fire rate's nice. The stagger, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure one gun army is all that great. It doesn't seem to stagger all that well compared to enemies which hit you once and you get staggered. Seems like they have a perk that staggers you 100% of the time. One nice thing about the high ammo capacities, though, is you don't have to be super careful. You can just kind of start firing and eventually you'll take them down. Let's see how we do against super mutants, against Behemoth. Yeah, aiming versus hip firing. Hip firing is actually pretty good. Take him down, no problem. Take these guys down, no problem. They do kind of blend in with the scenery. They have built-in camouflage when they're down here. So if you stop firing, that's another thing, is when you stop, oh, I had to reload. All right, ran out of ammo. Here we go. My spin-up weapon is way better than his. Let's see if I can get his attention or her attention. I always forget to check. Oh, jeez. I'm such a bad shot. If the enemy's holding still, I'm okay. If they're moving around, not so much. This is actually a really good weapon for mobs if they're all clustered together and they're just running at you. When they come at you kind of staggered, you either have to constantly shoot, which is a waste of ammo, or you can go through the spin up over and over again. But you can see the damage is really good. I saw a shadow, I thought it was a scorched. So, should get a stagger or a cripple or both. There we are. This is my point of view. See if we can... Oh, there we go. Think about Scorch. You think you've got them all, and they just keep coming over and over again. And that Scorch piece doesn't seem to want to land. I think it's a... I think the problem... Okay. And then I got staggered by Cricket, it looks like. Because everything staggers you. I don't think Power Armor... Seems like Power Armor should have some sort of built-in protection against staggering. Maybe not eliminated altogether, but little things should not stagger me. I'm in a big metal suit of armor. All right, now that we've landed, we should be able to take care of this pretty quickly. Especially with the Prime, you get all that extra damage. There we go. And there you have it, a look at the Gatling Plasma. It's really fun to use, but it's also really frustrating to use, which is why I have such mixed feelings about it, and why it often finds itself collecting dust in my stash. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons down below, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.